We recently got our hands on the POCO F7 Pro and the realme GT7 Dream Edition. Two phones that are shaking up the flagship killer segment with serious hardware and surprisingly premium features. Both promise great performance, impressive displays, and fast charging speeds. But which one actually gives us the better value? Let's get into it.
Get your rules, forget your shoes. I've done everything you asked.
Let's start with design. The realme GT7 Dream Edition shares most of its features with the standard GT7, but opts for a more refined look, donning an Aston Martin Formula One team aesthetic, both inside and out. The green colorway is sleek, pretty, and sturdy, featuring an aluminum mid-frame with yellow accenting around the camera housing and power button. In contrast, the POCO F7 Pro leans towards a more gamer-like look at the rear compared to its competition. It sports flat sides, also sporting an aluminum frame, a two-toned matte glass back panel, and a camera module that feels a bit more utilitarian. It's also lighter at 206 grams compared to the GT7's 211 grams, but both phones are still easy enough to handle. Now, when it comes to ingress protection, Realme gets the win with its better IP69 rating compared to POCO's already solid IP68. Yep, IP69 meaning Realme is actually more dust-tight and built to handle water jets, not just submersion. For display protection, both handsets get Corning Gorilla Glass 7i. Design is subjective to the end user's taste, but the winner for this round has to be the realme GT7 Dream Edition for its arguably more premium design and slightly higher IP rating. Moving over to display. Both phones come with gorgeous AMOLED panels that feature 120Hz refresh rates, but there are some clear differences. The POCO F7 Pro features a 6.67-inch 2K Flow AMOLED panel and an impressive 3200 nits of peak brightness. The realme GT7 Dream Edition goes for a slightly larger 6.78-inch 1.5K LTPO AMOLED panel with a wild 6000 nits of peak brightness, making it far more visible under direct sunlight. Both panels are also Widevine Level 1 certified, meaning both are certified for Dolby Vision and HDR10+ support. When it comes to media consumption or watching our favorite video content on each device, both high-resolution displays deliver sharp and vibrant picture quality with deep blacks. Audio output from the GT7 is without a doubt louder than the F7 Pro's too, but the clarity from both devices' stereo speakers seem about the same, with some distortion at higher volumes. When it came to biometrics, both optical in-display fingerprint scanners recognizes prints at about the same time, same with Face Unlock. So for this round, it seems really tough. The Realme's LTPO AMOLED panel gets brighter, but the POCO's display gets more pixels. And with that said, it's a tie for the display segment. Here's where things get spicy. The POCO F7 Pro is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, Qualcomm's best-in-class chip configured with 12GB of LPDDR5X memory and up to 512GB of UFS 4.1 storage. It runs buttery smooth across apps, games, and multitasking. On the other hand, the realme GT7 Dream Edition is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 9400E, also a 4nm chipset optimized for AI tasks and gaming. It's backed by 16GB of LPDDR5X RAM and 512GB of UFS 4 storage. By the way, it's also worth mentioning that standard GT7 models only get up to 12GB of memory. To the naked eye, both perform just as good as each other in real-world use like web browsing and research, productivity workflows such as document editing and writing, as well as gaming. But when we take a look at the benchmark numbers, the GT7 Dream Edition pulls ahead in overall performance, multi-core processing, and surprisingly, storage speeds, making it better suited for demanding apps, multitasking, and future-proofing. Meanwhile, the POCO F7 Pro shows stronger results in single-core tasks for productivity workflows and raw GPU compute scores, suggesting it's better for day-to-day performance, quick app launches, and slightly better responsiveness. In short, Realme wins in peak performance and longevity, while POCO delivers reliable speed and efficiency for a bit less in terms of onboard memory. So for the performance department, it's another tie once again with Realme's GT7 Dream Edition pulling slightly ahead thanks to its build. For optics, both phones bring solid camera systems for the price to the table. The Realme GT7 Dream Edition features a 50-megapixel Sony IMX906 main sensor with phase detection autofocus and optical image stabilization on board, a 50-megapixel telephoto, and an 8-megapixel ultrawide. Up front, it sports a 32-megapixel Sony IMX615 selfie shooter. The POCO F7 Pro also has a 50-megapixel Light Fusion 800 main sensor with PDAF and OIS as well, an 8-megapixel ultrawide, and a 20-megapixel selfie shooter. Without its own dedicated telephoto sensor, can the POCO F7 Pro keep up with the Realme GT7? Let's find out in our sample shots. In real-world use, surprisingly, both camera systems produce detailed, well-balanced shots. Whether in the standard 1x focal length, 2x telephoto, cropped for the POCO, or ultrawide, the GT7 produces images with a cooler white balance and better highlight preservation. The F7 Pro tends to lean towards a warmer white balance with a more evident pink tint, and tends to lift the shadows a lot more, leading to some loss in shadow details. In comparison, the GT7 either preserves the shadows as shot or pulls it down a bit, resulting in more contrasty shots overall. Because of this, ultra-wide shots can also seem a lot more sharp at quick glances. Arguably, we can chalk up our taste for image quality to preference, but for us, the Realme GT7 Dream Edition takes the cake here in the camera department. And this doesn't necessarily mean that the POCO F7 Pro takes bad shots either. The GT7 just does it arguably better, especially with a dedicated telephoto sensor. For software, both phones run on Android 15 out of the box. We get HyperOS 2 for the F7 Pro and Realme UI 6.0 for the GT7. User interfaces are another thing we can chalk up to preference. Those more akin to either brand will definitely like their respective interfaces more. Both UIs in 2025 offer a slew of customization in terms of themes and functionality. Condescending notifications from annoying apps can be easily turned off from the drop-down menu, and most unwanted apps can be uninstalled from both devices. But if I had to choose, personally, I'd be going for HyperOS 2, just out of preference for quick launch shortcuts for opening the camera while the screen is turned off. With that said, what usually breaks a tie here for software is after-sales support. The Realme GT7 Dream Edition is promised 4 years of major OS updates and 5 years of security patches. The POCO F7 Pro, on the other hand, is guaranteed 4 major OS upgrades as well, and 6 years of security patches. So, in terms of software, we'll be giving it to POCO for that extra year of security patches, leaving the F7 Pro hot on the GT7's tail. But can it catch up? Powering the POCO F7 Pro is a 6,000 mAh lithium polymer battery with 90 watts of hypercharge, while the Realme GT7 Dream Edition carries a larger 7,000 mAh high silicone battery with faster 120 watt Super VOOC charging. We can charge the POCO F7 Pro up from empty to full in less than 40 minutes, while the Realme GT7 Dream Edition tops up from empty in exactly 40 minutes. Which isn't really a slight for the GT7 after considering it does get a larger capacity. When it came to our PCMark Work 3.0 battery test results, the F7 Pro lasted 15 hours and 59 minutes, while the GT7 Dream Edition garnered a result of 22 hours and 50 minutes. Both devices were set to their max display resolutions while running this test. So, for battery, the obvious winner here is the Realme GT7 Dream Edition. Not only does it charge quicker, but also lasts longer, thanks to its battery tech and more efficient display. Now, in terms of connectivity, both devices have support for 5G, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, and infrared sensors for using them as smart remotes. But Realme adds some AI-powered tricks like AI call screening, gesture controls with air gestures, and a signal catcher chip for better Wi-Fi and mobile data connectivity in remote areas. And so, for connectivity, once again, the Realme GT7 Dream Edition takes the point for its extra features. Now, before we get to our verdict, let's dial in how much both phones cost. The POCO F7 Pro is available from official POCO retailers in the Philippines for 27,999 pesos for the 256GB storage config and 29,999 pesos for the 512GB storage variant. The Realme GT7 Dream Edition comes in a bit higher at 39,999 pesos. That's 10K more than the F7 Pro's 512GB variant, but is seemingly justified with the better camera setup, bigger battery, and nicer build. The standard Realme GT7 with 12GB of RAM is slightly more affordable at 37,999 pesos, which is also 10K more than the lower spec F7 Pro, but this time we get more storage. So this begs the question, which of these flagship killers should you get? If you're after the best value, a powerful Snapdragon chip, and flagship features at a lower price, the POCO F7 Pro is a fantastic pick. But if you want the better all-around experience, the brighter display, slightly better cameras, longer battery life, and smarter features, the Realme GT7 Dream Edition or standard version is the more future-proof buy. And that pretty much wraps up this comparison review. What did you guys think of this comparison? Sino bet nyo dito? POCO or Realme? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you found this video informative, educational, helpful, or maybe even a little bit fun, be sure to smack that like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit that bell icon so you get notified of our future uploads. Be sure to visit yugatech.com and follow us on all our social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this was the POCO F7 Pro up against the Realme GT7 Dream Edition. And I'm Miguel T, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.